Hey guys, how you doing? I thought I would just do another follow-up video to my reaction and my assumptions for the Diablo 4 news that we got this weekend. Yeah, this is my third video in 3 days. I haven't done that, I don't think, in my channel yet. But anyways, yeah, I thought I would kind of do a breakdown, a little bit of a quick breakdown of the cinematic, and just talk about some of the beta news we got this weekend. Um, and I'm taking this seriously because I actually set up like a little PowerPoint for this video. I don't really know how to edit yet, so PowerPoint is the closest thing I can get to making it somewhat official, right? I don't know. Anyways, as you can see on this first screen here, the early access is March 17th through 19th, so that's over. I think that's a Friday to Sunday weekend, which is kind of nice. And then open beta, which is like the stress test for everyone, is the following weekend, the Friday to Sunday, the 24th to the 26th of March, which is crazy because it's a month away. Yeah, I actually assumed it would be April 17th. That was my guess. A month later, because I know there's like this tattoo thing going on where you can get a free, if you get like a tattoo from the Diablo 4, they're doing like this like fundraising or franchise thing where if you get a tattoo from a certain group of guys, you can get a free beta access, and I think that ends April 15th, so that's why I thought the 17th. But anyways, let's continue. I thought I would actually first start off with the cinematic. And I have a reaction in my previous video, so this is going to be more of just a analysis. It's just going to be playing in the background muted. It's funny, I was reading some of the comments on the what people thought, and I'll fast forward a little bit here. Actually, I'll just let it keep playing. But it's interesting. I saw a lot of comments of people saying like this looked kind of uninteresting, boring. And I know like it's a cinematic, right? It's all perspective. Everyone's going to have different thoughts and opinions about a cinematic, right? But I actually kind of liked it. I liked that it was pretty slow paced. There was, definitely some horror and stuff going on. It's kind of just a narrative at the beginning. It's like, funny enough, this is your main character, so your character's going to be in the cinematic. So this is the barbarian, I'm guessing, but it's your character. And they're wandering on a horse, just kind of. I wonder what the story is of where our character was going, because this is the intro cinematic, so it's like where. Yeah, I'm curious to figure out where the character was heading before. Yeah, I don't know, like what was the character doing? What was the prelogue of the character just traveling down this road? Maybe it's just some homeless dude or wanderer looking for a cave. I don't know. It was interesting, but I'm kind of just watching it and thinking about things to talk about for the cinematic. But and where I was going with the cinematic with people's comments was everyone thought it was pretty uninteresting and boring, but I was thinking like, this is the intro cinematic, right? So you're a level 1 barbarian or druid. You're like not really a fighter or a warrior yet. You're kind of this inexperienced character. You wouldn't be off fighting a bunch of demons in your intro cinematic. So I just saw that comment interesting, like where's the fighting, where's this barbarian here beating up demons. But this is the intro to you being a level 1 with no weapons. I'm guessing you start off, with no gear, no weapons. So it's just some dude that, as you see in this next following up shot, his horse got killed by some ominous thing. And during this part of the cinematic, they do some whispering, and I did put on subtitles to see if they would make it more audible so you can hear what the whispers were. But they just call it ethereal sounds. Oh, and the gore was great in this video too. But where was I going with this? Shoot. Oh, I was trying to figure out if like we could hear what those whispers were, but you can't. So I was gonna analysis that, but we don't know what that is. But anyways, I loved the gore in this. I'm so glad they have some gore in the cinematics. It sounds like we're getting a lot of these. And I know we're going to get the traditional cinematic, like, the official when Diablo 4 was announced, they had that very beautiful cinematic. I know we'll have probably like 5 or 6 of those for each act. I'm guessing those will be the beautiful cinematics, and we'll have one for each act. Where these are more about your character throughout the acts. And it sounds like you'll have, from the interview, it sounds like you'll have, I'm just going to guess here, 10 to 20 of those, because these are easier to make than the full-blown, fully rendered cinematics, right? These are like pre-rendered, a little cleaner. Yeah, and I also think it's great that it's going to have your character in these cinematics. They made that a big point in their interview. That's awesome. And this part was amazing. I do love that they're going back to more Diablo 2 gore. He was having visions, and Diablo 2, the I forget the guy character's name, but he was having visions. So what are these visions you're having? And this starts you off into the game. Um, So yeah, I thought that was cool. Oh, and I think it's going to replay. But that's my little analysis of the intro. I liked it. It was supposed to not be. I don't think it was supposed to be high action. It's supposed to be more horror tense. Like, why were you having these weird hallucinations and dreams of like a dead horse, or of your dead horse? I'm guessing. And why were you wandering off into this cave? Why are you in the Fractured Peaks starting area? Um, so yeah, I'm excited for the story and everything. So, anyways, that's my little the cinematic, the intro cinematic. Let me know your thoughts about it. But I wanted to go and see my next screen is, oh yeah. And during the interview, I thought this was really cool. I made this little graphic here. They did very quick transitions, but it was cool that you got to kind of see each of the um, classes in the cinematic. They did like a little panning just to show that, it's going to be your character in the cinematic. And I took some guesses here. Some of them were obvious, right? On the bottom right, you can see the barbarian. We kind of knew that was the female one. We saw the male one in the cinematic, the druid, the bigger build character. My first character looks kind of like Thor, or like the Thor from God of Thunder, or not God of Thunder, God of War. And then on the top two, I actually wasn't entirely sure. I'm guessing the top right is the sorceress, and then the rogue to the left, and then the necromancer is pretty obvious, right? Um, but yeah, it was cool to see like our first look at what the other classes look like in the game. And it's interesting because I know you can customize your characters, but it does seem like they're gonna have a body type, like a build. Like you can do male or female, of course. But like I think the druid is gonna be a bigger, bulkier guy. Barbarian's gonna have they are gonna have the option to have paint on their face and eyes. Whereas I don't think a druid or a rogue, maybe they'll have tattoos, but not the stereotypical iconic um, barbarian one, right? And for like the necromancer, having more almost like zombie looking goth aesthetic going on. That'll be more of a necromancer thing. But yeah, I just thought I would take a quick clip of all five of them, and let me know. Maybe I should swap the rogue or the sorceress. Those were very hard to tell. The other three were kind of more obvious. But yeah, I thought it was cool to just see the other classes. Um, And yeah, let's go into the. Now we're gonna transition over just to the beta information that maybe you guys haven't heard about. I'm as the guy that is probably looking at Diablo 4 news too much, so I thought I would just share this information with you guys. So gather around. I'll just kind of read this to you guys. Your desire to combat Lilith's legions in Diablo 4 can be played during the open beta and early access, as we just discussed. Those other March 24th and March 17th. And the cool thing is, it's actually going to be on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, so you will be able to play it, and on the older versions of the Xbox and PlayStation. So that's cool. I'm going to be playing on PC, but if I do like this game enough, funny enough, me and my brother sometimes play console stuff together. So maybe I'll get an Xbox version to play with him, like on the couch or something. But so there's that. And this is kind of like what the open beta is going to be about. During the open beta and early access, players will be exploring early Diablo 4. This includes a first taste of the campaign, the prologue, and the entirety of Act 1. So you get the prologue, which is probably like introducing you to the character, and all of Act 1, which is funny enough, I think that's exactly what Diablo 3 was. Or no, Diablo 3 was in all of Act 1. I think I got into the beta for that, and I think it was like the first portion of Act 1. So this is a bigger test than at least Diablo 3. On the first zone, the Fractured Peaks, which is where your character was in the cinematic, you'll be able to navigate as you please, stampede through the rugged landscape, and cut down demons. Let's see, for early access, you'll be able to reach level 25, which is a fourth of the way to max level. I think, yeah, max level is 100. But you're welcome to continue through demons until the open beta ends. Make your mark on Sanctuary. Simply put, this is your opportunity to combat the Might prior to our June 6th release, right? Let's see here. Yeah, they're just going to be testing things. After the open beta concludes, we'll evaluate all your feedback. I am glad that they're giving you they're doing this pretty. I mean, 3 months, but that's, I think, enough time to at least to make a few tweaks and altercations. They're not going to make any big changes, of course, right? But maybe there's and I know they talked about balancing. And I think what they meant by that is not, of course, they can't balance endgame, but I think, what if, let's say the Necromancer's skeletons one-shot everything, right? I don't think that's going to happen, but then they're like, oh, that one ability that the Necromancer has maybe is too powerful. So I think it's more about class balance, about within themselves, right? Like making sure all the abilities are pretty evenly powerful so that not everyone picks Bone Spear or whatever for Necromancer because that's just the best ability. But yeah, and last but not least, let's see here. If you pre-purchase a copy of Diablo, that's how you get the early access. So there's that information. And then I thought this is a little. There's going to be a live update, developer live update, February 28th, so in a week and a half from now, and I'll be doing a video with about that information. Let's see. Oh, and I put my Twitter because I actually asked. I was really hoping because I think the streamer beta only had 3 classes. It didn't have Druid or Necromancer the test. So one of the questions I asked Diablo when they made their post about the beta was, can every class play be played in the beta? Because the 2 classes that weren't in the previous beta were the Druid and Necromancer, and those are my 2 favorite classes. And Danielle Briggs, I don't know his position you can see by his background, he works at Blizzard and works on Diablo. He did let me know that you can play all the classes. So, hey, that's great news. Just so if anyone didn't know that, you can play all the classes in the beta coming up. And what else did I... Oh, and I did take this other clip here. What was it? Rod Ferguson. He said, oh, and then another interesting thing is they'll be announcing a special treat for folks to get to level 20 in the beta. And I'm curious to what that is, because it's kind of weird to give you FOMO before the game comes out. FOMO, fear of missing out on a cool, he says special treat, right? So maybe you get a cosmetic or something. I'm going to go for it, because why not? I'm definitely going to play the beta a lot, so... but that's interesting. So yeah, you can get a special, something. I'm guessing it's just a cosmetic, maybe a piece of armor, or a mount thing, or... We'll see. I'll make a video when we find out. But anyways, yeah, this developer update will be on February 28th. And what is it about? It says join world designer arts. Oh, I cannot say his name. Pejkov. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. And lead system designer Ming Song. And game director Joe Shelley. On the official Diablo Twitch and YouTube channels. To elaborate on the game's Stronghold and armor systems. And open beta details. Stronghold. I think that's where you go into a church or a building and there's a bunch of a horde to fight. That's all I can really remember about Strongholds. And then armor systems. I guess that's just the different level tiers of armor, like blue, yellow, rare, uniques, all that stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. We'll see what happens there. Oh, and then, yeah, this is just some fluff news for you guys. If you really want, there's now an Inarius statue you can buy from the Blizzard store. I think I looked it up, and it's about $1,000, so there's no way I'm going to buy this. But it's cool. I mean, it does look badass. I think when Diablo was first announced in 2019, they had a Lilith statue, so now they have an Inarius statue for the diehard collectors out there. It does look really cool, and I'm excited to see him in the game. $1,000 is a little too much for me. And then this is the weirdest news out of the bunch, is I guess Diablo is teaming up with KFC. Let's see, what did they say here? They're taking Double Down to another level for the first 2 weeks of this promotion by partnering with Blizzard Entertainment to unlock beta access to the much anticipated Diablo 4. Any guest who orders the Double Down sandwich on KFC app will receive an exclusive code. So if you don't have the money to pre-order right now and you want to... I've never even heard of the Double Down KFC burger. It's literally, I guess, the patties are the chicken. And the inside is just cheese, bacon, and mayo and pickles. And actually, I would eat it. I will say this, I would eat that. Anyways, so yeah, if you want KFC... If you're craving KFC and you want to get beta without having the pre-order, you can do this. And it's for the exclusive extra one. Like everyone can play the next weekend, so this is for that exclusive weekend. So yeah. Oh, and then last but not least, I did recently just create a poll. So if if you're bored and want to go to my channel, let me know what your first class is going to be on the open beta. Mine's going to probably be Druid, followed by Necromancer. I'm going to try them all out, but I think Druid will be my first because my first character in Diablo 2 was a Druid. So yeah, let me know in the go to I think it's the community tab, and I just created a poll. Maybe there's some votes in there by now. I set it up about an hour or 2 hours ago. But yeah, let me know what your first class is going to be on the beta. And I'm super excited to play. It's crazy that it's now less than a month away. I'm super stoked. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, hopefully this breakdown of just some of the beta news and my thoughts on the cinematic were interesting to you guys. Yeah, and there'll be more Diablo videos in the future. As we get closer to the release, I'm probably going to be posting more videos and just talking about it more. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.